Okay, very good morning to all. Now I'm going to start the class now. So yes, the chapter is over. How many of you read the chapter? So if you read the chapter, at least you review the chapter, you please write a big Y there in the chat box. If no, you write a big N over there. Yes, I'm not getting much answer. I'm getting very few answer. Students, so you have to study. If you are looking for a good future, a bright future, you have to read. You have to read many times. I'm saying read, not studying anything by heart. Read many times. You can read. My all the lectures are there till 27 so far. They're in your classroom. Then you have provided with the notes. You are provided with the questions, assignment, videos. Everything is provided to you, but still you are behind the schedule means it's not good. I say you have to read it many times. You have to follow the things. You have to read everything. You have to learn everything because this topic is not going to be revised there in the college. Once the college started offline, when it starts, this topic will not be revised. I don't know A and C, but in B division, it will not be reviewed. Whatever we are doing over here online, that is the first and the last. There will not be any kind of repetition there in the classroom, the offline classroom, as far as B is concerned. Okay. So remember, you have to spend time, you have to read. You can hear my lecture in between according to your convenience, but you have to read because I told you that today we are going to a question answer session. Mostly teachers are not doing this kind of sessions. They will give you some questions at the end of each and every lecture and then you have to answer it and you have to return it. But I'm not doing that that way. I'm not giving any much what I can say headache on you. I'm giving minimum work, but still you are not up to date. But remember, everything what I do, that is for your goodness, that is for your benefit. So if you are not using it, you are going to lose. You are a loser then.
At the topic, today's session, we are going to start. Today's session is that question answer type. That means all the questions of the chapter 1, which are given there in the exercise, which are given there in the assignments as 3 and 4, depends upon the time we will discuss. And I want your contributions. Chat box, you have to use maximum. Avoid voice. Voice, you can do. Suppose if nobody is giving answer, but if any student knows answer, they can unmute yourself. They can give answer. But one thing you have to make it clear that multiple people should not come to mic, or if people are unmuting themselves in multiple, then nobody can hear anything. Okay. So we will discuss the things. First, we will start with the exercise which are given there in the test book. Okay, I'm showing the exercise over here. Now you can see, first we will start with the MCQ. All of you read the MCQ which is given there. The first one, look at there. I will read it. Wait. The question is that insect pollinated flowers usually possess sticky pollens with a rough surface, large quantities of pollen, dry pollens with a smooth surface, light colored pollens. These are the 4 options given there. Which is the correct answer? Now I will ask Nakul, you give me the reason. You please unmute yourself and say why you say the first one is the correct answer. Nakul, you unmute yourself. Can you say? Nakul, can you give me the answer? No. Okay, you just simply said like that. Okay, okay. Anybody else? Those who are given answer as A, anybody can say why you say that one. Why other three options you are not considering? Come on fast, man. No answer from anyone. Those who already given to me the answer A. Okay, if you are not able to give me the answer, then you write which is your option. All of you write your option. All of you write your option there. Come on fast, be quick. Oh, fast, 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 fast. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to say the answer. Now you see, you have written an answer, you know which answer you are given. Now I'll say, if I go to sticky pollens with a rough surface, now you see sticky pollen and rough surface. इसका मतलब क्या है? Pollen grain is sticky in nature. That means it needs some agent to which the pollen grains to be attached. Means here we are talking about insects. If the insect is visiting the flower, the pollen grain will get stuck on its surface of the body because of the sticky nature, and then it will enter into other flower or another flower. There the pollen grains may be deposited by chance. Okay. But you see other remaining 3 points. 1, large quantities of pollen. Where these large quantities of pollen applied? Can you give me the answer fast? Where large quantities of pollen grains are produced? In which type of pollination? Wind, correct. Then look at the third one, dry pollen with a smooth surface. This also where it is applicable, dry pollen with a smooth surface. Where it can be, pollen grain should be dry and it should be smooth. I'm not getting any answer. Yeah, again, I'm getting an answer, wind pollination. Now look at the D1, light colored pollen. Where the light colored pollen is applicable? Maithili, you correct yourself there. Now you correct there, you go to participants and you correct there itself. Okay, where the light colored pollen is applicable? Light colored pollen, light colored means color is not an important value there. Where it is? No idea. Okay, now I say the B, C, D options, all the 3 are for wind pollination. These qualities are for, these adaptations are for wind pollination, and for insect pollination, the correct answer is done in the A, sticky pollens with the rough surface. Now go to the second one fast. Be quick. All of you write the answer fast there in the chat box. So question number 2. Yeah, Priyanka has written 2D. Okay. Even if you are not writing 2, it's okay. Okay, now we are discussing question number 2. Fast, come on, fast. Yes, all of you are writing question number 2, D. In ovule, meiosis occurs in. Now you see integument is an option, that is the covering of the ovule. Nucellus is the body of the ovule. Megaspore is the spore which is formed after division. Megaspore mother cell is the one which is going to divide. So meiosis occurs, the correct answer is that megaspore mother cell. All of you written the answer, that is correct. Megaspore mother cell is the answer. But remember, the megaspore mother cell is developed from the nucellus. That means that the micropylar end, one of the nucellar cell, is enlarging and developing as the archisporium, that is functioning as the megaspore mother cell. So meiosis occurs in megaspore mother cell. Now question number 2 is correct. D is correct answer. Now go to 3. Come on, D. Now 3. Question number 3. Come on fast. Okay. Now you have written the answer C. We'll see the answer. Ploidy means the genetic constitution they are talking about. Genetic constitution, whether it is haploid or diploid, that N condition, 2N condition, 3N condition. Now integuments and nucellus, you take the integuments and nucellus both are 2N. Root tip and shoot tip, anything that is a diploid plant, then it is 2N. Antipodals and synergids. Antipodals and synergids का genetic constitution क्या है? जल्दी लिखो first letter. Antipodals and synergids, उसका genetic constitution क्या है? H or D? H or D? Antipodals and synergids. H, very good. Then secondary nucleus and endosperm. Secondary nucleus and endosperm. देखिए, secondary nucleus का, secondary nucleus. Come on fast. Secondary nucleus diploid. Very good. And endosperm triploid. So what is the correct answer? C. The question number 3, correct answer 3. C. Then number 4. Number 4, which of the following type requires pollinator? Pollinator means the pollinating agent, but result in is genetically similar to autogamy. The correct answer. Okay, now you have to say, okay, there is geitonogamy and xenogamy. Now you know there are 3 types of pollination, right? Depends upon the source of pollen. That is autogamy. Autogamy या नहीं दिया. And geitonogamy. Autogamy, we can notice that within the same flower. Within the same flower. Geitonogamy, within the same plant but different flowers. And xenogamy, that is between 2 different plants. So geitonogamy is the correct answer because it is a type of self-pollination. But only difference is that between flowers of the different plant, I mean same plant, between flowers of same plant. So since it is between flowers, agents required. If it is autogamy, agents not required. But between flowers of the same plant, agents required, pollinator is required. Xenogamy, no doubt at all, is compulsory. Okay. So now go to 5. 5. Come on fast. 5. 5. What is the correct answer? In diploid, if diploid chromosome number in a flowering plant is 612, then which one of the following will have 6 chromosomes? Okay, very fast. Sakshi has written D, synergids. All of you agree with the Sakshi? If you agree with Sakshi, you write there why. Okay. So the correct answer is synergids. There only 6 chromosomes are there. In cotyledons also 6. In leaf cells also 6. But how much in endosperm? How much in endosperm? How much in endosperm? How much? Number. Check yourself. Those who are writing 36, please check yourself. You know why I am asking this kind of questions? Because you see sometimes examination, they are not asking how many chromosomes, 6 chromosome containing cell, which one is that? They are asking something else. They may be asking what is the chromosome number of endosperm. Now, what is this 6? 6 means, yeah, Pinky Yadav, you are right. What is this 6 mean? 6 means haploid, right? The plant itself is diploid. So the haploid condition is 6. If it is so, the triploid endosperm will be 3 into 6. 3 into 6, how much? 3 into 6, how much? 18. So 18 is the chromosome number of endosperm. So you have to remember that also. Okay. In place of 6, they're asking 18 chromosome. Then answer is endosperm. Okay. In place of 6, they're asking 12. Then the leaf cell, cotyledon, both are correct. Okay. So options you have to see. So you are studying it. You are not just simply giving the answer. You are studying. You are analyzing the question. Okay. Now come to 6. In angiosperm, endosperm is formed by, due to what? The angiosperm, the endosperm is formed by, due to what? Okay, you are writing some, only 2 students have responded to it. The correct answer is C only, polar nuclei and male gametes, because endosperm is developed from primary endosperm nucleus. The primary endosperm nucleus is formed by fusion of secondary nucleus. That is what is called polar nuclei. They are written polar nuclei, not nucleus. Polar nuclei and male gamete. Yeah, that is the reason why we call it as double fertilization. Now, the last one over there. Point out the odd one. Point out the odd one. Okay. Now all of you are writing D. I do agree with that. But why? But why? What is the reason? Yes. Pollen grain belongs to male. Pollen grain belongs to male. Rest all the 3. Nucellus, embryo sac, micropyle. ये तीनों किधर का पार्ट है? किसका पार्ट है वो? Whose part it is? Yes, nucellus, embryo sac and micropyle, all the 3 belongs to female and only the pollen grain belongs to male. So that is the odd man. Okay, like me. Okay. Now you go to question number 2. It is very short answer type question. You have to give the answer in 1 word, 1 sentence. Don't go beyond 1 sentence. But only in rare cases which will go beyond 1 sentence. Otherwise, it must be there in 1 sentence or it must be there in 1 word also. Okay. Now, can you read the question and give the answer? Because I'm having some problem with my throat. Already I'm sick. I'm taking heavy antibiotic every day. So if you, I'm avoiding maximum, what I can say, throat use. So first question. Now I will not read the question. You just bear with me. Okay. First question. Look at them. Yeah. Which one is determining the compatible nature of pollen grain? All of you written stigma. Only few people have written. Okay, I do agree with that. I'm okay. But you remember, when you write the answer, even you are writing stigma as 1 sentence, 1 word, it's okay. But you see, name the part of the gynoecium that determines the compatible nature of pollen grain. Question over here. So when you write the answer, please write answer in such a way. Stigma is the part of gynoecium that determines compatible nature of pollen grain. And then you underline stigma. You got how to answer it? Instead of simply writing one word, okay, you make it as a simple sentence. Name का जगह पे क्या लिखना? Stigma लिखना. Then stigma को underline भी करना. So जो underline किया है, that is answer. Okay, stigma. No need to write why, but they are asking simply name. If they're asking name, you just write name. Don't give much answer. Whatever, for study purpose, everything is okay. Means for study purpose, you should know the reason, everything. But when you are writing the answer sheet, you write answer to the question. So the question here, name the part. So your answer is stigma is the part. Then underlining. Then the rest of the things you are writing as it is. You are just copying there. So that question number 1 is clear. Now we go to question number 2. Now question number 2, look at them. Yes, very good. Okay, how to write the answer? You have to write that 6 cells are present in a mature embryo sac. Got the answer clearly? Then 6 you have to underline. 6 haploid cells are present in a mature embryo sac. अभी what are those 6 cells? Three antipodals, 2 synergids and 1 egg. Okay, बीच वाला कैसा है? मैच्योर एम्ब्रियोसा का बीच वाला सेल कैसा है? What is its genetic constitution? The middle large cell. No idea. Where the polar nuclei lying? That is diploid or haploid? Diploid. Okay, that is diploid. So याद रखना, suppose examination को they will ask which is the diploid cell in a mature embryo sac. You should be able to give the answer. The diploid cell in a mature embryo sac is the polar nucleus bearing cell or the secondary nucleus bearing cell. क्योंकि polar nuclei if fused, then it will become secondary nucleus. Okay, that is happening just before fertilization. Okay, now go to question number 3. Question number 3 fast. Come on fast. Okay, Vivek has written answer 1 male and 1 female. Okay, I consider that point over here, but when you write in the examination point, I mean the answer sheet, you have to explain. Here in one sentence you cannot write. Sometimes you have 1 or 2 sentences you have to write. Okay, more than 1 sentence you have to write. So what is the reason? Why? The question is why. So answer because. Okay, because you have to mention the reason. See, to fertilize 1 egg, 2 male gametes must. 2 male gametes must be there, because when egg is fertilized by 1 male gamete, the secondary nucleus will be fertilized by another male gamete. So 2 male gametes are compulsory, yeah, essential for the fertilization of 1 ovule. Okay, for fertilization of 1 ovule, 2 male gametes are required, and these 2 male gametes coming from 1 pollen. So if 20 ovules are there, 20 pollen grains are matured. I mean required, because 1 pollen grain containing only 2 male gametes, and both the male gametes are essential for fertilizing 1 ovule, because secondary fertilization is taking place. You can write secondary fertilization, all technical terms you can add. You can underline all the points without fail. Okay, so 1 pollen grain having only 2 male gametes, which are very much essential for the fertilization of egg and secondary nucleus. So 20 pollen grains are required for fertilization of 20 ovules. Is it clear? When you're writing the fusion, fission, spelling mistake, either is okay, answer sheet mein, when you remember, when you write fast, mistake should not happen. Fusion, fission. Fission means breaking है, fusion means union है. So fertilization में fusion word use कर रहे हैं, और अमीबा वगैरह जो sexual reproduction के binary fusion के बारे में बात कर दिया, तभी उधर fusion आता है. So when you write in the answer sheet, remember ये mistake नहीं होना, fusion, fission, वो याद रखना. Okay, now next one, 4th question, define megasporogenesis. ये definition है. Definition में एक problem है, define करके question आएगा तो आपका टेक्स्ट बुक में क्या sentence लिखा है, you have to write as it is. So you have to refer your textbook for getting the correct answer of define megasporogenesis. Simple sense, अब इसका meaning क्या है पूछेगा तो I am able to give you answer right now. Okay, even you can give the answer. Yeah, what is megasporogenesis? Development of pollen grain from, I'm sorry, megaspore from, yeah, female gametophyte from the megaspore mother cell. That is the meaning of megasporogenesis. But definition you have to copy from the textbook as it is. Okay, without making any mistake. Okay. Now, what is hydrophily? 5th number. What is hydrophily? Hydrophily means what? Hydro? Yeah, correct. Water pollination. Pollination occurred by water. Examples याद रखना. मैंने आपको 2 examples, I mean 2 type बताया था. Example याद रखना. It's very good. I'm going ahead. Now, 6th number, look at them. sixth point. Give me the answer, please. Sixth point. Yes, Sakshi has given me the answer, the correct answer, tapetum. So here again, when you write the answer, don't write simply tapetum. You have to write tapetum is the layer which supplies nourishment to the developing pollen grain. Okay, so that way you have to make it as a sentence, one sentence. But in that answer is one word only. So underline that word. Then seventh one, define parthenocarpy. Again, same thing. You have to refer your textbook for getting the correct definition which is given in the textbook. But what is parthenocarpy? What is parthenocarpy? Example is banana. Formation of fruit. Formation of fruit everywhere there. Yeah, development of fruit without fertilization. There, what we have seen that one special type of hormone will be produced, will be released by the placental region. What is the name of the hormone? What is the name of the hormone? The actual name or the combined name? Name of the hormone? Yeah. Oxaloacetic acid or indole acetic acid. Okay. So you can see then that hormone is produced by the placenta that results in the enlargement of which part gets enlarged to become a fruit in banana? Come on fast. Yeah, ovary is developing into fruits. Okay. Now again we go to next question, eighth number. Eighth number. Come on, write the answer fast. So Nagulu has written that no, they are not necessary. Apomixis actually an alternative sexual reproduction, although the female sexual apparatus is used in this process. Okay, very good. Answer is correct. So we can say, are pollination and fertilization necessary in apomixis? No. A big no, that is the answer. And Nakulu has explained it, it's well and good. Okay, apomixis, and Shishi has written that apomixis is formation of embryo without formation of gametes. So there is no fertilization and even pollination because male part is not reaching over, I mean, not at all important over there. Then ninth, you look at the ninth one. Ninth. Question number 9. Yeah, ovary into fruit. So fruit is developed from, yes. So name the parts of pistil which develop into fruits and seeds. You can write the fruit is developed from the ovary and seeds. Ovule is developing into seeds. Or fruits develop from ovary and ovule developing into seeds, or seeds develop from the ovule. Okay, very good. The correct answer. We go to the next one now. What is the function of filiform apparatus? What is the function of filiform apparatus? Guiding the pollen tube to enter into where? Enter into, yes, towards the egg. Towards the egg. So answer is clear. The function of filiform apparatus is to guide the pollen tube towards the egg cell or to the cell where the egg is located. So that very short question type is clear to you. Now I have one appeal to you. I have no issue. I don't have time limit also. When you are getting tired, when you want to stop, because we are solving the questions, we are trying our level best to cover up maximum. When you are tired, when you want to stop, you write there in the chat box, because I am there in the chat box. Okay, I'm observing that. So whatever you write, I observe them. So you write there in the chat box. So how much time more you need, or where we want to stop. Okay, now it is 9:44. Okay, so you can tell me. because now I'm not showing any presentation over here, so I can see the timing over there on the screen. Otherwise, once I show the presentation, nothing can be seen on the slide. I mean, on the screen, I can see only the presentation. So that way, I'm not able to find out the time. Now I can see the time here. Okay. Now we come to the second type of question, that is of 2 marks type question, short answer type questions. First question, look at there. How polyembryony can be commercially exploited? कल का topic है. Okay, Sashi, thank you. Okay, how polyembryony can be commercially exploited? Polyembryony कहाँ आता है? Yesterday we have seen. Now answer points are more, so you can cut short the points because everything you cannot see, and we can say the area where there you have to go and you have to search the answer. Okay. Now polyembryony means what? More than one embryo there in the ovary. Yeah, in the ovule. Now more than one embryo. Normal one embryo will be there. That is zygote is becoming an embryo. That is the normal process. In addition to that, even the nucellus cell may develop into certain embryos. Yesterday I showed you the pictures also. Antipodals can develop into embryo. The integuments from the integuments the embryo can be developed. So from the synergids the endosperm, embryo can be developed. You see, embryo can be developed from many places. But commercially it is exploited means the point is that most of the embryo, means almost all the embryos we can see over here, even the zygote embryo, the nucellar embryo, all the embryos you can say that is diploid. So if it is diploid, the thing is that all of them are genetically similar. Just like clones, we use the technical term clone. Like that, you can produce many number of plants. Many number of plants you can produce. All of them are genetically similar. And another advantage of this one is that when you produce this type of plant, survival is there. Okay, that is there. So you can see that large number of plants you can produce. From one seed itself, you can get many plants. That is the advantage. From one plant, one seed, you get many plants, multiple plants. And from them, the plants which are very healthy, they will survive. And if they're not healthy, that one will perish, no doubt. So that is the advantage. So you have to search, in the last topic, chapter number 115, polyembryony part you have to refer. And from there, you have to find out the answer in your own words. But remember that clone, genetically identical, all these informations, multiple plants, survival, all these points must be there in the answer. Okay. So this is free plants. Okay, all these things you have to consider over there when you write the answer. Okay. Now go to second number. Pollination and seeds formation are very crucial for the fruit formation. Justify the statement. Question number 2. Any point, even you can elaborate in detail later on words you can write, but one simple meaning, even one word or 2 words, one simple sentence. Are you able to say? If you are not able to say, then you say big no there. Yes, survival in different condition increases the crop. All these are belongs to this one, no? Previous question, no? Okay, second point. What is the point? Now, second point is that fruit formation is what? That is the end of sexual reproduction. Okay? Fruit formation. In the fruit, seeds are there. That is sure. Okay, seeds are also there in the fruit. What is seed? Seed is actually a small plant. Actually, fruit formation for what purpose? Just अभी banana हमको मालूम है, banana काय के लिए? हमको just खाने के लिए. वो हमको जो banana market में मिलता है, वो banana लेके आके plant करे तो you won't get a new plant. That is for just for edible purpose. But normal sexual reproduction is for what purpose? What is the purpose of sexual reproduction? That you should know. The purpose of sexual reproduction is that produce next generation. Produce next generation. Now, in fruit, where the next generation is located, next generation कहाँ located है fruits में? उसका seeds में ना, क्योंकि embryo कहाँ है? Embryo seed में होता है. Embryo is what? Embryo is the next generation. Embryo is the tiny plant. Embryo is the one which is going to be developing into a plant. So embryo is the plant. Embryo is located there in the seed. And this seed and fruit, everything, if wants to be developed, first of all, pollination has to be taken place. क्योंकि seed में embryo है, ये embryo develop होना तो. So if you want embryo to be developed, what is a must? Embryo का basic things to be developed. The base must be developed. What is the base of the embryo? Zygote. The base of the embryo is the zygote. If the zygote is not developed, embryo will not be there. Now, if the zygote is to be developed, what must be taken place? The egg should be fertilized, because from the egg, the zygote is developing. How long the egg is not getting fertilized, egg will not develop into an offspring. I mean the embryo. So zygote if formed, egg must be fertilized. Now, if the egg is to be fertilized, what must be taken place? If the egg is to be fertilized, what must be taken place? If you want the egg to be fertilized to develop into zygote, which later develop into seed, what is a must? What is a must? Egg is female gamete. Male gamete should come to female gamete, and then fertilization must be taken place. So if the egg is to be fertilized, male gamete should reach the egg. If the male gamete should reach the egg, what is the first event should be taken place? Pollination. अगर pollination नहीं हुआ, male gamete, male plant में, male plant bearing the male gametes और male flower में होगा या male reproductive system में होगा, और fertilization will not take place. So you got the idea. मैंने पूरे points cover up करके बोल दिया. Okay, so pollination is a must to bring the male gamete to female. Then the male gamete and female gamete will fuse, then only zygote will be formed. If zygote is formed, then only embryo will be formed. If the embryo is formed, then only the seed will be formed. Then only the ovary will develop into fruit. So question number 2 is clear? Okay, I hope it is clear to you. I'm not getting any response from your end. Chat box ऐसे ही पड़ा है. Chat box में कुछ नहीं है. सब लोग ब्रेकफास्ट के लिए गए क्या? अरे सब मेरे को छोड़ के सब लोग गए क्या? अरे all of you are there. Then why are not giving any answer? You have to say either yes or no at least. Okay. Now shall I go to the next question? What is the next question? Look at there. What is written there? Number 3. Question number 3. वो भी आपको आपका स्टेटमेंट में एक्सप्लेन करना है. इनकॉम्पैटिबिलिटी कहां होता है? Suppose if the pollen grain is deposited there on a stigma, the stigma will secrete certain chemical substance. It will identify the compatibility, and if it is compatible, which one? I didn't see. Vinayak, which one can you answer for 2? Where it is? Let me see. Because lengthy question. Because during the process of pollination, 2 pollen transporters leaves pollen, 1 flower, then the process of pollination starts. See, answer is not proper. Answer is not proper. I explained that one clearly. You do one thing. Afterwards, I will post this video. Then you just listen. Otherwise, you ask. Anybody can help him. Okay. Without pollination, this is the point. Without pollination, fertilization will not take place. If no fertilization, no zygote. No zygote, no embryo. No embryo, no seed. No fertilization, no fruit. Okay. A be a summary. Now, genetic incompatibility. Okay, so incompatibility is a natural barrier in the fusion of gametes. How will you explain the statement? Now you see that because of this incompatibility, see different species, yeah, different genera, pollen grains or zygote will not mix up. So if this incompatibility, this particular mechanism is not there, any pollen grain from any plant can come to the stigma and then it can fertilize with the egg. That may result in new and new different types of species, and original species will vanish then. So incompatibility is a must. Okay, it must be a barrier. Otherwise, all the genes will be mixed up. The original generation will not be there then. Okay, that is the reason. So you can explain in your own words. Yeah, a point आपका मन में रखे. Okay. Now fourth point. Fourth point, describe 3 devices by which cross pollination encouraged in angiosperm by avoiding self pollination. मैंने आपको explain करके दिया था ये point. Okay, 3 devices. Outbreeding devices or contrivances. Okay, fine. Okay, Srishi has written that unisexuality, heterostyle, heterogamy. So you have to explain these things. Description पूछा है. वो लोग describe करने को बोला. You have to draw diagrams and you have to describe all these things in detail. You have to describe. Okay, is it clear? I'm not saying everything over here, but in the textbook, even in our slide, you can see one part is that only for that purpose. Entire part is pollination only. One set of slide. So that is a direct question. So you go through that. Now we go to long answer type question. Long answer type question means that is of 4 marks type question. 4 marks or 5 marks type question. Now the marking scheme has been changed. Now 2, 3, 5, I think so. So like that, the marking scheme I'm not remembering now. But anyway, the 4th question, long answer type question, is of 5 marks question. 5 mark question means you have to explain, you have to draw diagrams wherever it is necessary. Wherever it is necessary, you have to draw diagrams. Nagul, you are tired. Okay. Okay, now we come to the end of this question, this area. Okay, you go and drink coffee. हमको भी दे दो, सबको provide करो. Okay, आपका कम से कम आपको वीडियो ओपन करके हम सबको कॉफी तो दिखाओ, उसका बाद पियो. Okay, you go and drink. Have breakfast also if you are very much tired. गिरने का नहीं है. Okay, we will be there here, है ना? Others, अरे नगु को थोड़ा support तो करो. Let them go and have the coffee and come. Okay. So this is the chance you are getting to enjoy, man. So everybody have to enjoy. Okay, you are learning at the same time you are enjoying yourself. Everybody have to support, na? Okay. Snacks be there, Nagul ko. Okay. Now we come to 4th type of question, long answer type question. What is the first one? Look at there. Describe the process of double fertilization. Remember, examination point of view, a repeated type question. Hai. So this they are asking repeatedly double fertilization. But very sad to say, many times students are finding it difficult to write the correct meaning of double fertilization. Many times I have noted that. So मैंने आपको explain करके दिया बराबर. Double fertilization आपको बराबर explain करना, and ultimately you have to say what is double fertilization. 2 times fertilization occurs. एक male female का fusion 2 बार इधर होता है. Between male and male any fusion is there, that is not a fertilization. याद रखना. Between male gametes or between 2 male cells, if there is a fusion, that is not a fertilization. Even you can notice that दो polar nuclear female ovule में fertilize fuse हो रहे, polar nuclear fuse हो रहे, that is not a fertilization. That is a fusion, but that is not a fertilization. Fertilization कहाँ होता है? That is between male and female. In angiosperm, at 2 locations, fertilization occurs. One is between egg and male gamete. Second is between secondary nucleus and male gamete. So 2 times the fertilization occurs. So it is called as double fertilization. It is also known as triple fusion. Triple fusion matlab kya? Egg is fusing with the male gamete. Okay, that is one fusion. egg is secondary nucleus is fusing with the second male gamete, that is also a fusion. दोनों पोलर न्यूक्लिय फ्यूज होता है, वो भी फ्यूजन है. सो 3 टाइम फ्यूजन होता है. एंजियोस्पर्म में 3 बार फ्यूजन होता है, लेकिन fertilization only 2 times occurs. So it is called as double fertilization. Okay, is it clear? One is syngamy. Yeah, syngamy is between egg and male gamete. Syngamy is just between egg and male gamete. Okay, याद रखना. That is syngamy. What is syngamy? कोई पूछेगा तो, if any question comes like that, don't say secondary nucleus plus male gamete. No, that is different. Syngamy is between egg and male gamete. That is the actual fusion. Okay, that is the actual process in sexual reproduction. Now that part is clear. So you have to practice the diagram of double fertilization, and then you have to write the points in sequence. At the end, you have to repeatedly mention why it is said to be double fertilization. Okay, syngamy word you have to remember. Syngamy term you have to write there in the answer. क्योंकि हम लोग पेपर चेक करते टाइम, ये एक क्लू है मैं आपको दे रहे, याद रखना. मेरा वॉइस आपको ऑडिबल है ना? मैं थोड़ा वॉइस कम करके बात कर रहा हूं, मेरा बॉडी थोड़ा वीक हो रहा है. हाँ, देन सिंगामी टेक्निकल टर्म आपको लिखना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि एग्जामिनेशन को ना आंसर चेक करते टाइम हम लोग ये टर्म्स देखते हैं. आपने आंसर क्या लिखा है, सेंटेंस क्या बनाया है, रॉन्ग है राइट है, हम लोग वो नहीं देखते. ये टेक्निकल टर्म उसमें है क्या देखते हैं. अगर टेक्निकल टर्म है और टेक्निकल टर्म का आधा मार्क उधर गिर जाएगा. सो टेक्निकल टर्म योर राइट. इसमें याद रखने का टेक्निकल टर्म है एक सिंगामी, एक ट्रिपल फ्यूजन. ओके, ट्रिपल फ्यूजन सिंगामी, ये आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. फिर सेकेंडरी न्यूक्लियस. सो ऐसा जो इंपॉर्टेंट टेक्निकल टर्म्स है, ये आप आंसर शीट में लिखते टाइम जो पेंसिल लेके स्केल लेके बाद में अंडरलाइन करने को नहीं जाने का. व्हेन यू आर while writing answer that time itself, टेक्निकल टर्म्स का नीचे अपना सेम पेन से अंडरलाइन करो. सो टीचर जब चेक करेंगे तब भी वो अंडरलाइन वर्ड ही देखेंगे. अंडरलाइन का आगे क्या है पीछे क्या है ज्यादा देखेगा नहीं, क्योंकि आपको मालूम है एक आंसर शीट चेक करने के लिए प्रॉपर वे चेक करना है तो बहुत टाइम चाहिए. लेकिन बोर्ड में ऐसा टाइम नहीं दे रहे. 15 मिनट में 20 मिनट में एक पेपर चेक करना पड़ेगा. सो पूरा उधर बैठ कर कोई पढ़ेगा नहीं. आपका इंग्लिश होने दो, हिंदी होने दो, कोई भी सब्जेक्ट होने दो, कोई ज्यादा पढ़ेगा नहीं, लेकिन पॉइंट्स देखेगा. पॉइंट्स है मार्क मिलेगा. पॉइंट्स टीचर का नजर में नहीं आया, पॉइंट्स चले गया, मार्क चले गया. सो इसलिए टीचर का नजर में पॉइंट्स आने के लिए मैं आपको बोल रहे हैं, यू हैव टू अंडरलाइन द पॉइंट्स. यू हैव टू अंडरलाइन द पॉइंट्स. व्हेन यू आर, देन वन मोर क्लू मैं आपको दे रहे हैं. व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग द आंसर, रिमेंबर यू यूज डार्क ब्लू कलर पेन. डार्क ब्लू कलर पेन. दूसरा, लाइट कलर कुछ भी यूज मत करो, डार्क ब्लू कलर पेन ही यूज करना. मतलब उतना डार्क, मतलब टीचर पेपर चेक करते हैं किधर भी बैठ के, उनका मूड कैसा है आपको मालूम नहीं. हस्बैंड वाइफ से झगड़ा करके, वाइफ हस्बैंड से झगड़ा करके आके शायद पेपर चेक करता होगा, और बैठने वाला जगह शायद कंफर्टेबल नहीं होगा, और एटमोस्फेयर अच्छा नहीं होगा, लाइट कम होगा. सो ये टीचर का नजर में ये सब आपका, आपने जो लिखा हुआ आंसर सब पॉइंट्स आने का है, मार्क मिलना, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. सो दिस इज अ नॉर्मल प्रैक्टिस एवरीवेयर यू सी. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाई आई से डार्क कलर पेन यूज करना, ब्लू कलर ही यूज करना. दैट इज अ वेरी गुड कलर. Okay, that everybody prefer. Okay, so like that you have to write. Okay, so double fertilization is it okay to you? Now you can find out the answer from the textbook now. It's okay. Even you refer the notes which I given to you. Refer karo. That is fine. Now go to second number. What is second number? Explain the stages involved in the maturation of microspore into male gametophyte. ये भी हमने पोलंग्रेन का वो स्लाइड में मैंने बताया था. डेवलपमेंट ऑफ मेल गैमेटोफाइट. ओके, वो डेवलपमेंट ऑफ मेल गैमेटोफाइट आपको बिगिनिंग से लेके वो आंध्र का डेवलपमेंट, ये सब आपको उधर एक्सप्लेन करके लेना पड़ेगा. स्टेजेस इन्वॉल्व इन द मैच्योरेशन ऑफ माइक्रोस्पोर मदर इनटू माइक्रोस्पोर इनटू मेल गैमेटोफाइट. एक्चुअली वेरी सिंपल है, ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है. आपको पोलंग्रेन के बारे में बात करना पड़ेगा, और कहां से डेवलप हो गया माइक्रोस्पोरोजेनेसिस लिटिल बात करना. माइक्रोस्पोरोजेनेसिस लिटिल बात करने के बाद फिर माइक्रोस्पोर का जर्मिनेशन, क्योंकि इधर मेल गैमेटोफाइट तक बात करने को बोल रहे हैं. Okay, maturation of microspore into male gametophyte. So वो पूरा stages. और इंडाइन का ग्रोथ है, जर्म पोस्ट इंडाइन का ग्रोथ है, पोलन ट्यूब फॉर्मेशन, वेजिटेटिव न्यूक्लियस को क्या होता है और जनरेटिव न्यूक्लियस को क्या होता है, ये सब कुछ आपको एक्सप्लेन करके आंसर लिखना पड़ेगा. ओके, is it clear to you? Now the exercise which is given in your textbook is over. I hope it is over. अरे और भी है. Okay, sorry. और भी है. Now go to 3. Long answer type question में 3 number. Okay, fine. अरे समझ ले. I thought only 1 page. Okay, explain the development of dicot embryo. Direct question है. Any difficulty? Sakshi, I have not given these questions as assignment. I given assignment to you. The assignment 3 and assignment 4, that is entirely different. ये direct questions है, इसलिए मैं टेक्स्ट बुक से नहीं निकाला. I know that everything is there in the textbook, so you can take the thing from the textbook. That is why I did not give this one as assignment. But assignment 3, assignment 4, that is taken from outside. That you have to solve. Today we don't have time to see that. You have to solve. But here we will discuss all these things and we'll finish. Okay, if you have done, is well and good. And rest of the people can also do question number 3, assignment number 3 and 4. Now, explain the development of dicot embryo. That is a dicot question, the direct question. And I explained to you by using the slide, so no need of repetition. Anybody can give in brief? In the chat box, can you give in brief dicot embryo का development? उसमें याद रखना, the zygote is dividing, 2-celled proembryo is forming, then suspensor is forming. Suspensor 6 to 10 cells form होता है, and there is a large cell at one end, especially the micropylar end, that is hostorium. At the other end, there is a cell which is called a hypophysis, that becoming the part of the root cap and radicle. Then we have seen the embryo proper undergoing 3 successive mitotic divisions, right angles to each other, and finally you get 2 tiers of 4 cells, that is octant. And then what all changes happening, all these informations are given to you, so I'm not going to there. Okay, now look at question number 4. Question number 4. What is question number 4? Question number 4, have you seen? Students, please listen here. Question number 4 you have seen. Arey, all of you are gone. Yeah, arey, Adishit to respond to karo. Okay, but only Nagul was gone now. He did not come back, I think. Okay. The 4th question is then, draw the diagram of anatropous ovule. अब ये देखिए, ये डायग्राम आप ये क्वेश्चन देखे तो sometimes you may think that draw a neat diagram of LS of anatropous ovule. You will do only half question, because the question saying that you draw a neat level diagram. But read the question very carefully, because in this question there is a second part also. So you have to answer the first part, that is drawing the diagram. Similarly, you have to attempt the second part. What is the second part of the question? Look at there. List the components of embryo sac. Okay, embryo sac का components list करना है. आपको मालूम है, egg apparatus, antipodals, synergids, secondary nucleus, and then ये भी पूछा है, mention their fate after fertilization. Fertilization के बाद इनको क्या होता है? Fertilization के बाद egg cell will develop into zygote. Synergids will degenerate. Already one synergid burst हो गया at the time of entry of pollen grain, and only one synergid is remaining, that will disorganize. Antipodals also will disorganize slowly, and the secondary nucleus will fuse with the male gamete, and that will develop into the endosperm. So ये question में actually 3 questions का एक single question है. Okay, so you have to read it carefully, and accordingly whatever questions they ask, for everything you have to give answer, because the mark is divided in such a way. If you are simply drawing a diagram, simple है, डायग्राम ड्रॉ करके रख दिया, बाकी देखा नहीं तो डायग्राम का मार्क ही मिलेगा. ओके, नाउ go to fifth question, an application type question है. Fifth question, come on, write the answers there in the chat box. जो blank blank पड़ा है उधर आंसर लिखो, fill in the blanks, जल्दी जल्दी लिखो सब लोग लिखो, मैं एक्सप्लेन नहीं करूंगा. Dash collects the pollen grain, stigma collects the pollen grain, very good. The male world called dash andrecium, dash produces that pollen grain, very good. The pollen grain represents the pollen grain represents the male gamete of egg, okay. And dash contains the egg or ovum, embryo contains egg or ovum, okay, very good. Dash takes place when male gamete and the egg fuse together. What is taking place? Dash takes place when the one male gamete and the egg fuse together. The fertilized egg grows into seed from which the new plants can grow. What is developing there? Dash takes place. Zygote, पहले zygote है ना, one male gamete fused with the egg, zygote is formed, which develops into embryo. Okay, so fertilization is taking place. So answer is that fertilization. I'm talking this one. Fertilization takes place when one male gamete fused with the. Okay, so this is the answer. Here the answer is fertilization. Then dash is the base of the flower to which floral whorls are attached. What is that? This part. Not pedicel. Pedicel is the stalk of the flower. This is called thalamus. याद रखो. This is called thalamus. The answer is thalamus. कल आपने एप्पल के बारे में बात किया था. एप्पल कैसे डेवलप किया है? एप्पल कहाँ से डेवलप हो गया कल बोला था? आप जो खाने को यूज कर रहे हैं ना, जो फ्रूट है ना एप्पल, कहाँ से डेवलप हो गया? thalamus is getting swollen and developing into fruit. Okay, so thalamus is the base of the flower to which floral whorls are attached. Okay, fine. Now dash is the transfer of pollen grain from pollen grain. क्या हुआ है मेरा, इसको क्या हुआ, पॉइंटर गया. Okay, dash is the transfer of pollen grain from anther of flower to the stigma of the same or different flower. Stigma of different. What is it? What is this? Yeah, very good. Pollination. Okay. I think you are running fast. Once the pollen reaches the stigma, pollen tube transfers down the dash to the ovary where fertilization occurs. Pollen tube traverses down the. Yeah, what is it? Pollen tube traverses down. What is this? Gametes, male gametes to the ovary. Then the dash are colored to attract the insects that carry the pollen. Dash, what is colored to attract the insects? You like a rose flower. Which part of the rose flower is colorful? Petals, corolla. Petals or corolla are colored. Petals are attracting the flowers. I mean insects. Petal. The answer over here is petal. And also produce dash or dash that attracts insects. इधर क्या है? Honey, nectar, and one more word, fragrance. Very good. Sakshi has written the answer. It's nectar and fragrance. Clear? Dash. The word dash is green but protects the flower until it opens. What is that? Calyx. Very good. So all of you have written this answer. I think it is clear to you, I hope. Okay. अब इधर लेबलिंग करना है तो लेबलिंग हो सकता है आपको. अब ये क्या है? What is this structure? This is called raphe. 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 मैंने आपको बोला था फ्यूनिकुलस, मतलब उधर का जो फ्यूनिकुलस का उधर एक नैरो पार्ट आपको मैंने दिखा. मैं बाद में आपको बात करूंगा बोला सीर के बारे में. एक्चुअली ये है राफे बोलते हैं, RAPHE. ओके, दिस इज राफे. ये व्हाट इज दिस? What is this? Nobody there here? Epicotyle. And what is this? Epicotyle, hypocotyle. But this is the embryo proper. This is the embryo proper. This is the micropyle region. That means micropyle area through which you can say the oxygen and water can get inside. And this is a seed coat. Okay. And this is the inner seed coat, and this is the outer seed coat. Outer one is showing over here, and this is the inner one showing over here. And this is what? This is the cotyledon. Okay, fine. Now we come to the match the column. Match the column is already given over there. Which one is the answer? Funiculus. What is that? Funiculus. Funiculus, stalk of seed, right? Okay, now for this you give me the answer. That is fine. Instead of I say, you say. Funiculus is stalk of the seed. Correct. Then scar of ovule. Scar of the ovule. That is a hilum. Okay. Then zygote. Only Sashi is giving answer. No one is writing anything. Okay. Yeah, now Pinky is ready. Okay. Zygote, embryo. The inner integuments. Inner integuments. Tegmen. Okay. So testa and tegmen. Okay. Now, yeah. Now this part is over.